That was Pink Floyd, Brick in the Wall. You're listening to Russell Brand on Radio 2. It's going to be a hell of a spectacular show. We're actually making this on Halloween, not on Saturday while you're listening to it. Who's that across the table returning to the show after a sabbatical? Why, it's Matthew Morgan. Hello.
Hello there.
You all right?
Very well.
We've been on holiday, was it?
Yep, nice.
Really warm, was it?
Lovely.
To sunbathe.
You weren't there, it was nice.
Did you find it very hard to relax in a place where I was not?
No, it was nice. Sort of 4 days in, my phone was locked in a safe.
Why
Literally.
did you do that? Why did you live on the edge like that? Who's going to nick a phone? No one wants phones. What kind of world do you think we're living in where phones are under constant peril and threat?
Well, you know, I didn't know what was going to happen, so
You're
I
in a
locked it.
luxury hotel in Mauritius.
Yeah, I know,
You
but
weren't
there's
staying
a
in
safe
South
there. Why
Central.
would they put a safe there?
I do wonder. I don't use a hotel tab because I don't know how to set it or get the thing out
It's really
again.
nice. It's really, because it's simple, and it goes beep, and then it opens, and you get your stuff out.
You're power mad, didn't you? Just been at Dominator Safes turned you on over your holiday. Matt Morgan's back. Thank God you're back.
Why
I've
have
missed
you had a change of image?
I've not had a change of image. What do you mean? What's different?
He's in a mohair sweater.
It's Dior. 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 It's
You name dropper.
It's stripy and punk. What do you want from a
Sue
sweater?
Pollard's jumper.
Can that be a weather coat? Not a weather coat.
Red coat. Yellow coat.
Mr. Fairweather, fair brother, yellow coat, red coat. Mr. G's over there. He's the poet laureate of the show. You right, G?
I'm good.
Yeah, I like that song we just listened to, Brick in the Wall, because it's subversive to have them children going all in all, you're just another brick in the wall, because they're actual children saying that.
Yeah.
Apparently, G was just saying that the children got into trouble for doing that, and the headmistress of the school where the children went got told off, nearly lost their job for allowing their children to contribute to something that was attacking the institution of education.
Well, in
that
the
way.
film, they throw a teacher on a bonfire.
That's worse, isn't it? That's what before they're just going, you're a brick in a wall. Like, you know, now you're a person on a fire. I know what I'd rather be. If you're a brick in a wall, it's probably quite nice. All them other bricks around you, comforting, snug in its way. Being on a fire, terrible situation to be in. Later on the show, we'll talk to Noel Gallagher. He missed you while you was gone.
Did he?
He did, but I must say, he gave the rest of us a chance to spread our wings away from the constraints of your
was it like
grim
without me?
pessimism. Bit less organised, I suppose. 'Cause Nick, our producer, who's meant to be running it, and he won't thank me for saying this while Leslie Douglas, controller of the radio station, stands in the room with him. There was a bit, right, where something went wrong with the desk. The
Live?
job
Is
you
this
did.
live?
Live on the radio. Nick was like a lumping idiot. Putting Kate Bush was on at one bit. Sort of Lee Scratch Perry came on, Pinky and Perky.
See, I do a lot of stuff on those
I had no
buttons.
idea. I had no idea what you do for us, Matt Morgan.
I know.
The wind beneath my bloody wings, I tell you what, you've held me together. I didn't even notice it till you were gone. Good when Noel Fielding came on, but of course, because it's not like no one was trying to do a radio show properly, it was just two people burbling insanely for 2 hours.
Did it get competitive?
Yeah, a bit, I suppose. But in a sort of a friendly way. G sort of said it was like ching ching ching, and he made me think of like something like one of them. What's that like sort of Chinese film where they fight up in the sky? Dragon, tiger,
yeah, crouching tiger,
hidden dragon. Why are you so worried about what he speaks?
You think you're the comedic version of Kung Fu?
He said it. Well, actually, he didn't. He said something that I interpreted as that. I'm always interpreting things just like better. I remember once we were at Vera and I saw one of those two Johns.
That's a production company.
Oh, Vera production company. Everyone knows. Independent London-based TV production company. Surely, Matt, this isn't an insular reference. Yes, of course, as Jack Derrida said. Jack Derrida, the post-structuralist, would all be aware. Yeah, Vera, like, at the TV company Vera, where me and Matt famously made a programme, well, not famously, no one watched it, rebrand. Once I saw one of them two Johns in a corridor. He went, "Oh, you're a fine fellow." Guess what I heard? "Oh, you're the new Peter Cook." That's why I translated it in my head, just to that. And when, like, a Swami, a Hindu Swami, once gave me a rose, probably meaning, "You need some help, son, your life's all apart," I took it as, "You're the new Jesus."
Do you know what? I've got the opposite problem.
What do you do? Misinterpret
My
negative?
little sister's friend, when I was at school, because I had to go to the girls' school.
What?
She said to me,
at girls'
'cause
school?
I had
Could you
lessons
fit
at the
in with
girls'
the boys?
school. I had some lessons at the girls' school.
Matthew's not fitting in with the boys. He keeps wearing PE
Turn your phone
knickers.
off.
Unfortunately, he's going to have to be educated with people with vaginas. It's the only way he can relax.
No, listen, what happened,
He
mate?
keeps touching the winkies. You know them people that play different glasses with different amount of water in? I reckon you ran around touching people's winkies like that. Woo!
You actually did do that at school, because I know you did do that, because you told me you got in trouble for going on people's genitals.
Yeah, I did.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I did do it. That's probably why I accused you of it. Thinking about it now, I think what motivated me
Worst supply teacher ever.
We shouldn't talk about that. The case is still ongoing.
Listen to what happened to me.
I was not a supply. All right. Can I quickly say that I'm not sacked as a supply teacher for touching children's genitals. I'm still at large. No, I've never worked as a supply teacher, and at the time that I touched children's genitals, I was myself a child.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, but I was 7. When I was 7, that's just touching genitals.
No, that's true.
Right, go on. Now, over to you in the studio, Matt.
A girl said to me, "Hi, horny," but I heard it as, "Hi, walnut head." Right? I don't know how. I was paranoid about my hair, because I had sort of long hair that had gone into sort of bob, right?
Had you previously thought that it looked like a walnut?
Yes.
As if anyone else would think of that as a reference.
But then, so I heard this out of the sort of corner of my ear.
Yeah.
And,
you don't have corners in your ear.
Yes, you don't have them in your eyes.
You do. That's where the sleep gathers.
It's not a corner, is it?
It's an angle.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah,
so anyway, and then my sister said to me that night, "Oh, did you hear my friend say something to you today?" And I went, "Yeah, she called me walnut head." She said, "No, she didn't. She said horny."
So how old were you?
17.
17, and your sister was saying you're horny. Disgusting, really.
It wasn't my sister.
No, sorry, we've moved on. Here's another thing then. Mark Stein, the ex-Stoke City player, right?
Him.
No, it's quite good. You'll like this. There was this incident where a player on a rival team called him, I think, the swear word beginning with B, that means, illegitimate child. I could use it, it's in Shakespeare, but Leslie Douglas is right there, the controller of the channel, I just won't risk it, right? He called him a black bean-headed B, right?
Right. Hang on, what?
He called Mark Stein, the footballer, Stoke City, a rival player, said this racist thing, "You black bean-headed B," right? And later on there was a tribunal.
Bean-headed? That's a very weird thing to say.
Bean-headed thing, right, well...
Imagine that on some shoulders.
No, but it's not saying that it was the size of a bean, I think he meant shape of a bean.
Oh, right.
Because it is. No, because I think that's what he meant, right? I don't know what he meant because I'm not inside his mind. But later on, when there was a tribunal, the judge goes, "It is disgusting to abuse someone on the count of the colour of their skin or the shape of their head." As if that's as bad. Because we, the bean-headed people, have been oppressed for generations. We were enslaved by the white man, by the non-bean-headed man.
Does sound like the judge is going along with the bean head.
It does, doesn't it? It sounds like he's agreeing with the verdict that Mark Stein is bean-headed. But let me just say, he's not. He's a lovely man.
What sort of bean? A kidney bean?
A butter bean.
Ah, so the fact that you know what bean it is means you do agree.
I'm just saying, if it was any bean... Are you saying edit that? I just saw Leslie Douglas do this motion. Leslie Douglas, controller of our station, just sort of made like what you do if you said someone has a small winky, that little inch finger and thumb thing, cut this down, is what it looked like. Extemporise, if anything. Okay, well, let's go with songs so we can talk to her.
Okay.
Have you got anything else to add? Yeah, well, let's not misinterpret
people. It's great
people.
to be back.
I'm really glad you're here. I've missed you.
Yeah.
Look at G going all evangelical over in the corner. Woo! Sex mad you are, the pair of you. You belong in a zoo. So, okay, well done. And thanks for coming back.
You're a supply teacher. Thank you, well done.
All right, you're doing very well, smashing. Oh, it's brisk out, isn't it? Brisk. Okay, well, I'm glad you're here. We've got a really good show. We'll talk to Noel Gallagher a little bit later. We've got interesting news. You want to impose items on our radio show?
I think we should do items.
We'll do items then. No one's stopping you doing items. Except me. I'm really anti-items. No, let's do some items. Of course, there's always been my item, gay, where I help people that are gay. And will be coming up later, and there's other items as well. What item have you got?
What do you mean?
You ain't even got a name for your item.
I don't mean... I just said we should have items. I've got some interesting facts.
That's not an item, interesting facts.
Yes, it is.
That's
if I called it Interesting Facts by Matt Morgan, it'd be an item.
Is that what you're calling it?
No.
Later on, we've got some jingles and a new item, Interesting Facts by Matt Morgan. It's his new item. But why don't we first of all listen to New York Dolls? Here they are. I'm a human being. That's the New York Dolls. Jingles, you're listening to Russell Brand on what is coincidentally titled The Russell Brand Show. I was the only person that could legitimately do a show. Yeah, Human Being, New York Dolls, good, isn't it? I enjoyed it. It's lovely
Very
tune.
good.
I see Morrissey in New York the other week.
Yeah, how is he?
Well, he's good at doing his concerts, which I saw him doing. He ain't so good at turning up for dinners that he's meant to have the next day because he never showed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he weren't well, he said. But I don't care if he weren't well or not. Like, he's Morrissey.
Did he text you? Like, just go,
I've had
"I'm not
emails
well."
from him now.
Really?
I've had 2 emails off of
I
Morrissey.
can't imagine him using the computer.
Well, I reckon he's has it come out on a special
wooden one,
italic
maybe.
print. Maybe it is, or ivory. I don't know what ivory. He's quite into his vegetarianism, isn't he? Yeah. So, yeah, but he's brilliant in concert. He did a cover of that New York Dolls song.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
How
it's
does he
good.
do it, though? Different style, obviously.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's like anything that Morrissey does, isn't it? It's going through such a powerful filter that it's gonna sound like, well, I mean, it's Morrissey, you know,
Yeah.
so, like, you know, but good it were. The whole damn concert were good. People running up at the end, you know, all you would expect of Morrissey. I think that film will work out. I think we'll end up doing a film with him next year. Yeah, a documentary with Morrissey. It'd be nice. Right, let's do some items on our new item-heavy show, The Item Show. Right, remember like a few weeks ago before Matt cleared off on holiday, I was talking to you about getting some jingles together for us while Noel Fielding was here, and last week Loopy, lovable Rainbow George, who was trying to press gang me into being a mayor. Right, we didn't bring up the jingle competition, Matt, thought it would be best to wait for you to come back, so now you are here again, we can do these jingles. Rainbow George, interesting character, same voice as Dennis Norden.
Totally the same voice.
But unlike Dennis Norden, he really, really wants me to be mayor, with a vehemence. I've never seen anyone want anyone to be mayor so much. When I sort of was going, look, I don't think I want to be mayor, he took it like I was saying, like, I think I'm going to have you killed, mate. Like, they looked really sort of unhappy about it. I was going like, I don't think I need the pressure. I remember me and you having a chat about whether I should be mayor, long before Rainbow George even turned up, actually. We were just thinking...
What were we talking about?
I don't know, we must have just thought it was...
Big head.
I think it might have been when we met that mayor up in Blackpool, we just might have thought it might be nice to be a mayor. And I sort of went, yeah, it'd be alright to be mayor, I'd like to be Lord Mayor of London. You wouldn't want to be a mayor, you have to go to loads of meetings, it would be boring. And it probably would be.
It would be rubbish.
Of course it would be. Who wants to be a mayor? Plus, so Rainbow George set up an online petition, like, you know, saying I'll sign it, because I goes, well, if like 1 million people wanted me to, I'd do it. Meaning, you know, that's a way of saying I don't want to do it, right? You know, because 1 million people want... And then so naturally, I read some article going, well, only a couple of thousand people have signed the petition, so that, like, as if like I'd be somehow gutted. I don't want to be the mayor. I'm not
But
qualified.
you will get hooked up in it.
What do you mean, being mayor?
Well, if, like, 250,000 people said it, you'd start going, right, OK,
I
we
better
need
get
to...
some policies together.
Yeah, exactly, you'd get into it.
Let's freeze the Thames over. That way we can use that to transport things up and down it. Plus I could skate up and down it on top of some of the transit vans, couldn't I? That'd be great.
The thing with Rainbow George, right?
Yeah. What about him?
George was someone in Rainbow, so whenever I hear his name, I just
it's
think
complicated, isn't it?
it's Rainbow George.
Yeah. If you called yourself Star Wars Darth Vader, it would cause a lot of complications. People would think, they wouldn't go, oh yeah, Star Wars Darth Vader here, we all know him, he's a roofer from Plaistow.
Yeah.
They think he's the evil leader of the Empire.
It's like,
Although,
we spoke to... No, yeah, we did, we spoke to that bloke, didn't we? So on his acting CV, it would say Rainbow, Zippy, Rainbow, George.
Yeah, Rainbow George.
Maybe that's where he got his name from.
I don't think it was to do that. I think it's probably from a drug-induced stupor. I think, and also...
It's libelous.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it probably weren't.
But not his stupor.
I reckon it was a drug-induced stupor of an unnamed other, an unnamed third party who cannot possibly get involved in any legal quagmire with us. Yeah, Darth Vader, you know that music? Good, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Because it really summarises the mood of Darth Vader. He really seems like he's in that sort of mood, doesn't he? Furious man. Well, you are my son. Never underestimate the power of the force. All right, mate. Do you want to calm down?
Don't talk like that.
Never. Never. Oh, hello. That's Yoda.
Oh, do it again.
Stop trying to make me do things. Never underestimate. Hi, I got some force here. Don't bloody underestimate it, because I use it against your neck. What I mean is, he's always angry, isn't he, about something? Although, you have disobeyed me for the last time. I won't put up with it.
Maybe that's what his voice is like, but his helmet
does that.
Cuts out the... It sort of makes it sound
Less
threatening.
camp.
Well, actually, because you do see him talk without his helmet on.
Yeah, well, I don't like that bit.
Oh,
I don't like it.
He's a little blue old man.
I don't like how vulnerable he looks.
Well, I don't like the way he's got loads of
Little dots.
on his head.
He got dots on him.
He's got holes in his head.
What's he got them dots for?
I think that's where the mask
was screwed onto his head or something. It must be a lot of pressure if he's wearing that all day. It can't be
He
any good
always
for
wore
him.
it all the time, even in bed.
What about in bed, yeah? Do you think...
No, he didn't have a bed.
Right, I'm going to bed. Hey, I'm going to bed now. You might want to join me. Stormtrooper. Let's cook up a real storm in my panty poo pots. Yeah, Darth Vader.
I think he slept in a thing that came down, like, just went...
Well, he just stood there and relaxed for a while more than sleeping. Just
maybe he was just always...
downtime.
Yeah.
But in a way, the Emperor was very much in control, and Darth Vader was a bit of a yes man. And later films that revealed Darth Maul showed that Darth Vader was far from being a fundamental part of the Empire. Was a replaceable, like, sort of more of a flunky, a puppet. He was a marionette. He was faceless.
Very similar to a mayor.
Not unlike Lord Mayor of London, Russell Brand. Troop has recently halved.
That'd be good if you were a mayor to have that music played whenever you entered the building.
Oh, imagine that! I could storm in there. Hi, thanks for coming, everyone. Ball bags, obviously. And from now on, all schools will be really wild. See you later. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
How's your celibacy going?
What celibacy? The celibacy I'm doing in the middle of.
Yeah.
I think I've done 11 days of sex-free living.
That's pretty good.
Well, you say pretty good, Matt, or is it a horrible ordeal?
What's it like?
It means you've got more energy for thinking thoughts with, and
Thoughts about sex.
Sex thoughts while looking at internet sites that encourage sex thoughts. Yeah, I mean, it's weird in its way to be a
Hang on,
celibate
11
man.
days is rubbish.
No, it ain't. It's brilliant. 11 whole days.
But people do that without thinking about it.
Well, they shouldn't. They should think about it, buck their ideas up, get out there, get amongst it, put it about, living it up. So me though, it's interesting to do it big. So I thought you're always doing this, having it off. Get a grip.
Every 5 minutes he goes on about deleting numbers out of his phone. Deleted all the numbers out of my phone.
784. I'm all gone now.
Really?
Yeah. 784. All gone. Changed my number. All gone.
Including family and everyone, just deleted
I
everyone.
got rid of those guys. I couldn't trust them. Yeah, they were always, all right, Russell, do you want some dinner? Clear off. Give me a break. I'm trying to be celibate, woman.
How long do you reckon you'll do?
Well, I'm just going to carry on until I feel like I'm back in charge of my life. And then, then we'll see what happens. You know, maybe I'll settle down, start a little family, school them in the ways of fascism for my mayoral campaign of my fascistic evil reign over London. Yeah, so, I'll just keep it up for as long as I can, it's all right. Makes me look at the old pornography a bit, of course, being celibate.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the old websites, mucky. The old websites, of course. I see these websites are devoted to women. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know pornography is morally reprehensible, and after the revolution, we probably wouldn't need it if people were spiritually in tune with each other. But while we're not, let's have a quick look at those lovable girls. Well, the thing is, with, like, if you're looking at porn, it's like, it's very easy to get into it, isn't it? Because you're sort of like, it can become a bit of a eye-catching sort of, you sort of think, oh god, this is quite good, and it becomes like a maze. It does become sort of like, I've said before, it is like a Lewis Carroll oddity, sort of, you sort of end up going into all these different realms, different sort of ways.
I can't believe porno mags are still for sale.
How are they surviving when, like, in the in the luxury of our own homes, we can look at some of the most mindless smut conceivable, and such odd fetishes? I sort of, how could you get round to a fetish? There's one fetish that was about, like, one woman kissing, like, women, plural, women kissing other women's bottoms while woman B is asleep. There's a whole website. So, yeah, I thought, how's that developed? Like, hey, there's a market for people kissing each other's
You've
bottom.
given up natural sex with adult women to look at women kissing sleeping women's bums on the internet,
just
and
part
that
of
makes you morally superior. You're sitting around thinking, well, I've deleted all the numbers out of my phone. Now,
Look at those people at that bar. They disgust me, chatting each other up, conducting relationships with each other. Now, let's have a look at lying pixie spit sex. If you like pixies that spit and lie, you'll like this website. Hey, now lick that up. Yeah, there's so many various fetishes. I mean, I applaud them for their imagination, I must say, but it's just very easy to get trapped in there for ages and ages. Of course,
would you give that up eventually?
Yeah, I tried for the first 4 days. I didn't do any self-interventionalism, as I call it. But I thought,
what's
stop.
that? Oh, that. Oh,
Yeah, of course,
sorry.
because it's a rude word, mate. The M word.
It's a
I can't. Yeah, I've stopped doing that because it's a lot of fiddlesticks. No, I've started. I've stopped stopping because.
Right, so you started off not masturbating.
Yes.
Now you do.
That's true. You said the unsayable.
Oh.
Yeah. So I didn't. Yeah, I
You
started
said
off.
fiddlesticks, which actually puts that image in your head.
No, it makes me think of two drumsticks on a bald nub. Like, sort of, say, someone with no pubic hair, just a mound, and they've got two drumsticks, not chicken drumsticks, actual drumsticks, that'd be worse. And they're sort of strumming away at that.
I think you should start having sex again. That shouldn't be the image that you get.
Fiddlesticks! You want to see what I think when I hear rhubarb? Yeah, so...
I've got some interesting facts about celibacy.
Uh-oh, it's time now for Matt's new item. Interesting facts with Matt Morgan. Interesting facts with Matt Morgan. Here's Matt Morgan now with interesting facts. Facts that are interesting.
Guess what?
Matt Morgan.
Isaac Newton
Yeah.
died a virgin.
Isaac Newton. Virgin. Got it.
You believe that, though?
So all he's going on about gravity, no wonder things were falling off. He's nuts. He should have noticed, my testicles are descending to the floor for some reason. Probably because they're all full of sperm, Isaac, for Christ's sake.
You can't say that.
Of course you can. That's probably what was happening. It's only nature. Dig up Isaac's jangling corpse and give him a big puppy skeleton sex. Oh, thanks, you big bully. Yeah, what?
That's because you've had coffee. You shouldn't have had coffee.
You bought me a little cup of ditch water. I goes to him, can you get me a cup of coffee, please, Matt? He goes, don't have coffee, Russell. It turns you into an idiot.
Get me a double espresso.
He goes,
and I said, no, have a single espresso.
And I agreed. And then you turned up with a little egg cup full of ditch water. And I tried, because that ain't even coffee. It was see-through.
It was coffee.
You liar, because it came from a reputable coffee company that would not churn out
So
that
you think I
ditch
went in there and
water.
goes, I'll give us a little empty cup.
It's exactly what I think you said. I reckon he went in and goes, look, this is for my mate. He's a bit hyperactive. Don't give him too much caffeine. Can you do some neutered ditch water version of your normal product? And they went, all right, why not?
No, they didn't.
Well,
They
why
won't
was
do
it
something off the menu.
And
They
then,
don't do that.
and then I got a normal coffee. It was lovely, delicious, filthy tar. Sent me balming.
Shouldn't drink it.
Yeah, I like it though. I'll give it up soon.
Immanuel
give it up soon.
Kant,
What's he done now?
he was a virgin. How can
Immanuel Kant. All these
a
clever
philosopher
clogs, these
and
virgins.
A great thinker. How can he tell us anything if he's never even had sex?
Probably because he's not involved himself in that animalistic activity. He lived in a cerebral world of the intellect and thoughts, sort of severing himself from the sort of necessary material, animalistic side of our nature. I reckon maybe it gives him some sort of superiority.
Do you think if you just do
Kant's
it-
most famous edict? There's some sort of
Critique
Kantian...
of pure reason.
Critique of pure reason.
The
This is
sublime,
glancing
that's how
down
I-
at Wikipedia.
I mean, Kant to me will always be about the sublime.
well, yeah, I think Kant, I think sublime. Then I think virgin.
It's weird though, isn't it? When you
Yeah.
die a virgin, they must like have a little pang of, oh bugger!
right.
Nurse, quick! Oh bugger!
Oh, nurse, pull the screen back and my skin. Ow! Oh, Mr. Kant, you filthy goose! On his deathbed as well. Yeah, you can't go to your grave. I mean, but think about it though. It's maybe the same as us. I mean, I've never, for example, had full homosexual sex, and I probably won't ever have it. Will I? Are you going to do some? I'm not saying that me and you should.
Don't look at me like
I
that.
wasn't looking at like what? That's the coffee.
I doubt it. If you haven't done it now, you won't do it, will you?
No, I suppose not. Although,
Unless someone forces it on you.
not like this. I was about, okay. All right, so go on. Who else? More of your intro. These facts are quite good.
There's famous people who, like Stephen Fry, obviously, Cliff Richard.
No, he's got I don't know.
Yeah, but he was celibate for a long time.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
Mahatma Gandhi took a vow of celibacy.
Mahatma Gandhi, I'm feeling kind of randy, but I want the English out. Yeah.
Loads of people.
Well, he was had to, because he was a proper swami.
Morrissey.
He had a family. Morrissey!
He was openly celibate for years.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? He was.
Go on about it.
I'm really feeling quite celibate today. Yeah, well, it's part of his way, isn't it? He's mysterious. He likes to be a bit celibate.
I'm sure he wasn't looking at women kissing other women's bums while they were asleep.
Oh, I reckon Immanuel Kant never felt the need to have sex. He was so engrossed in glaring at sleepingbumkiss.com that he just thought, well, it doesn't seem any
sweet,
point.
Really.
Yeah, no, but
Could be a lot worse.
I don't mean.
Was that the first picture?
No, it's not a picture. It's a very short and very well-made film, and it's not like just the cheeks of the bottom. It's
Oh, Russell.
What? That's still
move
just
on.
Move on. Move on.
You're not celibate.
I am.
Clean your mind up.
It's clean in there. You want to have a look? Thoughts, thinking, all sorts going on in there.
Yeah, you should wear robes. You should get into that. Remember when you used to wear robes?
Yeah, you used to call me Mustafa Skagfix because I was also addicted to heroin as well as being a bit of a Maharaj. I couldn't get enough of the dirty stuff. Yeah, all right. Go on, give some more facts.
Well, there's nothing else now.
That's it. That's
people
all
you
the
haven't
facts.
heard of.
Who, like? I might have heard of him. I've got a lot of knowledge. Lots of knowledge.
Ramakrishna Parahamahasa.
Ramakrishna Parahamasa. That's not offensive, is it?
That's his name.
What? Paraharahimasan?
Ramakrishna Paramaha. I can't say it.
Right. Well done, you stinking little racist. You've offended him.
Swami Vivekananda.
I was going to say, you've offended him and all his descendants, but of course he won't have any because he's a celibate virgin, so... Oh, Ramadan! Sorry if that's bad. Oh dear, that was silly. Right, so, alright, that was Matt's new item. Important fact. What have you got
That is
more?
amazing that Isaac Newton.
Yeah, who
had
knew?
sex.
Also, no one ever says that about him.
Did an apple land on his head, or is that just a
That's
lie?
apocryphal.
He saw an apple fall.
He saw one. Where's you jabbing at the air for? Oh, sister, he saw an apple. Matt did a real sort of gay gesture. He saw an apple falling.
He saw it in the distance.
Oh my God, look at that apple falling. There's got to be something doing it. So, okay, yeah, well, is that the end of your item? Can I do the jingle that I wanted to do for the last hour?
Yes, go for it.
That was Matt's item, important facts. That leads me to my next item, jingles. Now, you could write a jingle for Matt's important facts if you want to. Just send it to us here at, bbc.co.uk, Russell at bbc.co.uk, or just throw it through the window. As far as I'm concerned, record it on a Casio cassette and chuck it through the window. Yes, mate.
Even though you've done the end jingle, just so
hold on, I've got to do an intro jingle again.
No, it's
Matt's
not that.
important facts, part 2.
A commonly used metaphor in Buddhism is about sexual desire. It's like drinking salty water. The more one consumes, the greater the desire, and it doesn't get you anywhere.
Oh no, is that what the Buddhists say?
Yeah.
Oh, crikey. Well, that's no
there
wonder.
You've been tirelessly saying Hare Krishna at the end of TV programmes for
drinking
years.
Down great oceans full of salty juice.
So you'll never be sated.
I'll never be sated.
And you weren't ever sated, were you?
I'm lapping up big troughs of salty juice morning, noon and night like a dirty little kitten. Noshing down on a big dinner of salty slush.
But now you're not doing that anymore.
I ain't had none.
No more salty water.
As long as I got my
for
sleep...
11 days, which is, man can't conceive of a longer time period, really.
I don't think so. I think that's how long the Ming Dynasty lasted, wasn't it? About 11 days. That's quite a long while, isn't it? 11 whole days.
11 days. If someone went 11 days without eating, they'd still live.
So what? What have they achieved? Nothing. Whereas I found some websites that will blow your socks off, young man, as a result of my tireless endeavour. I'm a pioneer, I am. I'm the Ranulph Fiennes of the internet, finding all sorts of muck in there. OK, we're going to listen to a record now. Coincidentally, it's by a little man called Morrissey, and it's called Smiths, actually, of Stretch Out and Wait, and it's about sex and how's your father and that. Listen to the lyrics, it's very important. Afterwards, we're going to be playing some of your jingles and that and doing our new item, Jingle! Smiths, Stretch Out and Wait. You're listening to the Russell Brand Show on Radio 2. We're doing an item now. It's about jingles, jingles. So what we done was we said, you know, which is probably, I don't know, but it probably ain't that innovative. Probably radio shows do that a lot. Oh, send us in a jingle. But I reckon our listeners, Matt, I'm very confident that they're very bright, brilliant people. High calibre. Very high calibre listener we've got. A cut above the rest. And those what's listening on the podcast, well, they've embraced technology too. I think our listening figures are up, but they aren't much, Nick. We're soaring. Well, this is good. It's very good times for the BBC. Now, let's have a listen to some of these jingles. If they're boring, we'll just, or if we just think it's going on too long, we'll just go, stop playing this bloody jingle. But the first one is by a young woman claiming to be called Laura Powell, and yet she denies all knowledge of Sir Baden Powell, who started up the Cub Scout movement just for a bit of fun. I just said, just for a bit of fun. That's the only reason he started it. Thought it might be a bit of fun. I am stuck. Never underestimate the power of the Cubs. It's a hard voice to do, though, isn't it?
Because it's electronically,
Yeah. I thought I could just do it with willpower, but you can't. You've insulted me. You've been naughty. Oh, bloody hell. I don't know why I bother. I don't. The Death Star's still not finished. I'm exhausted with all this.
I can't remember how he talks.
My tights are hurting. Yeah. OK, well, let's have a listen to Laura Powell, daughter of Sir Baden Powell, King of the Cubs. Let's have a listen. Hello? I'm scared of it now.
Is it playing at the right speed?
I like the bass.
Sounds like Tweety Pie.
Well done, Laura. That is good. We've now played it on the radio. I hope you enjoyed it, because you'll never hear it again, love. Because let me tell you, I couldn't hear what the voice was saying. Could you, Matt?
I could a bit. I heard Mr. G.
Mr. G. I think that was Mr. G, just singing along with it. He looked peculiarly moved. It was good, though. Well done, Laura Powell.
It's a little canary with a drum and bass vibe.
It's a little drum and bass canary. It's a little Tweety Pie crossed with Goldie. But imagine what that would be like. That'll be crazy, right? And let's have a listen to another jingle. Hopefully not a jungle jingle like the last one. Here's Stuart Bell's jingle. Stuart Bell claims not to be related to Alexander Graham Bell, inventor of the telephone, and yet, guess how he got in touch with us? By coincidence, by the phone. Well, sick, dirty, filthy pig. Let's have a listen to this jingle.
Friday night, Russell Brand.
Friday night, he said.
It's not on Friday night, you idiot!
Listen on Radio 2.
Quite good, but barbershop
Old school,
quartets.
got the day wrong.
Got the day wrong. Come on, Stuart. Wake up, son! You know, like, because getting the day wrong, that's fatal. That's the first word. The first word was wrong.
Yeah.
You might as well have said Radio 1, like I once did. But I forgot, didn't I? Now, yeah, well, I like it, but it's a barbershop quartets, the way there's something a bit smarmy about them. Like the way they go, oh, Mr. Salmon, oh, doobie-doo.
It's not very rock and roll, is it?
No, I wouldn't want a barbershop quartet bloke going out with my teenage daughter, Lynn.
Which end of the scale, though? What if he was the really deep-voiced one?
Hello, Lynn. You never underestimate the power of the quartet. Yeah, then he'd be alright if he was the Darth Vader one.
You just said you've got a daughter called Lynn.
Yeah, that's my housekeeper. I made a mistake.
What goes on in that house?
Sometimes I pretend Lynn's my daughter.
I wish to be woken up with a kiss on the bottom from now on.
Could you give me a tushy peck? TushyPeck.com. Tushy power. Yes, no, Lynn's just, normal, conventional housekeeper with no obligation to wake me up with a tushy kiss. Normally, she just brings up the old breakfast. Sometimes, in the old days, there'll be a person there. Suppose you want breakfast? Lynn, fetch the other tray.
Not now.
Not now.
Just a laptop.
Little laptop. Old pebble-dashed laptop.
Come on.
All right, well, that's the problem. Now, here we have another entry, as it were, by Jacko Armstrong, who claimed not to be related to either Michael Jackson or Neil Armstrong the astronaut. Yet he strutted in here, moonwalked backwards with a...
Moonwalked both ways.
Got them both. What great work by us. Well, we're good, we're hot. Let's have a listen to Jacko Armstrong's jingle efforts.
Ooh, What on earth is that on the wireless, Zippy?
Well, if you must know, my pink hippopotamus pal, I'm actually listening to the Russell Brand Show on BBC Radio 2.
Is that the one on a Saturday with Matt and G?
Precisely, George.
I mean, I like the music of Rainbow, but I didn't like that impression of the gay hippo, right? He sort of go, it sounded like he was trying to stop himself vomiting while he was talking. I imagine liquid spilling out, like all liquid seeping out of his mouth.
You cruel critic.
No, you got to be harsh. Imagine the World Cup was easy, Matt. We wouldn't desire it in the same way. It's because there's the qualifying stages, because it's difficult, that we credit
Zippy
it.
was good.
Zippy was good, and the actual music of Rainbow was good, for which Jacko Armstrong can take no credit. Oh, actually, the third one says Graham Bland on this list, not Jack Armstrong. I made a mistake. You clever boys. Even though I read out the wrong one, he read out, like, because I actually, third on the list was Graham Bland.
Right.
Which I probably automatically ignored because of when people go, Russell Brand. Russell Bland, more like it. Oh, whereas you're a brilliant journalist coming up with that. So, I'm not bitter, though. I don't let these things
Don't
affect me.
sound bitter.
I don't, do I? That fury roaring up from the pit of my stomach. Don't put that in the poem. I see you pouring down now. Right, so, see him looking for a word that rhymes with Brand. Did you see him?
Yeah.
G, why?
Come on, let's have more of these.
It's good fun, isn't it, the jingle item? I love the jingle items.
Get on with it then. Stop telling us
I'm
how
just
much you love
saying.
it.
Hold on,
let us love it.
This is part of the item! Me saying I love the jingle item is an integral part of the jingle. Say what you feel about it.
All I can think is, why did we let him have coffee?
Yeah, exactly.
You do that little sort of stick man jumping around thing when you've had coffee.
Yeah, I know, I do, don't I? I love jumping around like a stick man. Sometimes I wonder why I ever stopped taking drugs. Then I remember it because I nearly died and drugs are bad. Now let's listen to Graham Bland's entry. We're all into
I think we need to. I want more jingles per minute. I want this to run fast.
What do you mean? More jingles?
You're really slow.
Graham Bland, probably he's related to... No one's called Bland. Madeline Bland, who I really fancied at school. Gosh, she was sexy. She had really quite big boobs. And I
At
once...
school?
Massive.
Primary
Right.
school?
No, why would you assume that? You are the freak.
Because I went to an all-boys secondary school.
Yeah,
so
except when they had to send you to the girls' bit because you didn't
For
fit
lessons,
in. Always
certain
touching people
lessons.
up, trying to play dill on boys' willies. Dill, running up and down, and each one of the willies was a different sound. And then trying to get on opportunity knocks with your act of touching.
if I was
boys.
doing that, then the boys were obviously like
Complicit.
complicit.
You
aren't they?
probably had them under a reign of terror. Do you think the stormtroopers...
Why would you
See?
even think
You
that?
still
I
remember-
bet that's one of your fetishes, isn't it? Doing Jean-Michel Jarre stuff on a genital.
Actually, now I think of it, there should be a website for that. But
I'd never sleep at your house.
Why?
one
You
time-
used to. Good as gold you were out on your brown duvet in the
Oh,
corridor.
He used to have a rotten duvet called the Brown. It was just a brown duvet. It probably wasn't even meant to be brown.
It was good that we always called it the brown, because even if we were talking about it seriously, Matt would go, I don't have to sleep on the brown, do I? Yes, you do have to sleep on the brown, in the corridor.
When you were on the Brown.
I was on the brown, the irony. If anyone should have been sleeping on the brown, it was old Russ, wasn't it? Go on, hold on, we're saying something else that was important, weren't we? About don't sleep around my house. Why?
Well, hey, I'm allergic to your cat.
Love that little guy, Morrissey the cat. Oh, I'll never forget him, never. What? What's B?
Other things that I've noticed this week as well.
What? Is this,
You don't
is
even
this
know
an
what-
item?
Yeah.
Matt's new item! Other things, Matt's noticed this week. Other things.
Your jingles are
other
all
things.
very samey. I'm sorry.
Other things Matt has noticed this week.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yeah, well, we're in synchronicity, aren't we? Now, come on.
Yeah,
what's
you don't know
your
where
thing?
you're going next.
So, where?
People go, there's a car outside. Oh, where am I going? No. Am I going to yoga? Oh, no, you're going to the gym. Oh, I don't need my gym bag. Yes, your gym bag's here. You're like someone without silence.
Are you my
Is the war
daughter?
finished? Oh, have I had my dinner? You just had your dinner. It's all right.
Have I had my asthma tablets? I'm uncomfortable.
Why don't someone...
Mate, I think the nurses nicked my money. Nicking my money, mate. Nicking my money.
Where's my ration book? It's all gone now. It's all gone now. You don't need that anymore.
You bananas, you'll be bloody lucky, son and son.
Why don't, in the morning, why doesn't someone say to you, oh, this is what you're doing today? And at
Someone
11 o'clock...
does. My new assistant, James. Love that little guy.
Yeah, but you never, I just hear you constantly saying, "Oh, where's this car going, sir? Hello?"
Yeah, I know, and sometimes the car don't know where it's going, so we're just two men driving through London lost. Where are you going, sir? I go, I don't know, I do not know either. And then we just drive about for a bit. It's quite romantic in this way.
Is it always the same man?
No, it's never him, actually. I don't know why I've done him. I've never even met him. But at Janet Street Porter, I went and met her today. She's ever so nice. Lovely woman she is.
How's that linked?
Because that was when I was in a cab going to her house. That's why I thought of that. That's why it came into my brain
You went to
box.
her house?
Lovely round there.
Really?
It's a really tasteful, nice, cool house. Well, perhaps you won't want people to know where she lives.
Don't
in
say it,
London, in somewhere it is.
What do you mean tasteful and cool? Lots of animal skulls with diamonds on.
Exactly.
It's really tasteful and cool.
Very
actually.
tasteful, cool, animal skulls, yes, check. Jewels on those skulls, check. Ridiculous chaise lounges, yes. You've got the hat trick. This is indisputably objective taste.
Have you used your lounge yet, or is that
No,
still...
I can't go in that terrifying lounge. Can we get something in there that will make me more relaxed? Like someone sleeping, getting their tushy kissed.
Right, come on, get on with your
All right,
jingles.
jingle! Right, this is Graham Bland's jingle. Here it is.
Russell Brand Show features Russell, Matt, Morgan, and G. Let's mention Russell again, 'cause it's good to stroke his ego, you see.
Yeah, it's the best one.
It's good. The file's a bit corrupted.
The file's been corrupted.
The file's corrupted.
The file's been corrupted. Right, well, that file's been corrupted, but aside from that, lovely little jingle. Except you mentioned my ego in what might be a disparaging way, but always affectionate.
Affectionate.
He's
Always
the-
affectionate.
He's the leader so far, then. Here's Sam Holland's jingle. Although, God, we can't do all of these. There's 13. Should we break it up into segments?
We'll do one more.
Right. Here's Sam Holland's entry. Sam Holland, probably is not the same. Holland, the country. Here, well, how come Holland's called the Netherlands, but we call it Holland? That's out of order, isn't
And
it?
Dutch. Where's that word come
It
from?
doesn't have any relationship with Holland or Netherlands. So what's going on? Also, Germany's called Deutschland. Why are we calling it Germany? Why are we not calling countries what they call it? Like, that's out of order.
Well,
Just call it what they call it.
Yeah, but we're not called England or Great Britain to everyone.
What?
The
What are they
French
calling
call
us?
What do the French call us? Angleterre.
Angleterre? That's disgusting! Angleterre? You French pigs! You'll
Angle,
call
it's the
us
same word.
England.
Terre meaning earth and Angler, land.
Angleterre?
Angleland, England. It's the same word.
I will not live in a country called Angleterre, mate. Not for the French, not for anyone. My granddad didn't die. He didn't
Ongle
die, he's
isn't a
still
good
alive.
noise, is it?
I will not live in Angleterre. I hate the place. Oh, I'm furious. I've never wanted a more. War more. Right, here's a little lad. Yeah, Paris, not Paris. You know, let's call things what
Laundress.
they
We
call
live
them.
in, they don't call London London.
They've got to pack that in. What they're calling London laundries? Like a laundrette? Like a little laundrette? You disgust me. You French. And then what about when they set them sheep on fire? Remember that?
That was a good thing, wasn't it?
Well, not for the sheep, Matt. Can you imagine how it must feel? They've got a big lot of wool on
They were
anyway.
dead
They're hot.
anyway.
No, they were living sheep. Burning, blazing, sprinting.
Hang on, is this about mad cow disease and BSE and stuff?
No, it's about French unions like setting fire to sheep. I don't mean to be xenophobic, but don't call us
What, sheep
Angleterre.
running around on fire?
Exactly, a sheep on fire in French, while we are
And you look at
stuck
that on
here
the
in
internet
Angleterre.
and masturbate. What is wrong with you?
That is the only one I can finish now. My tastes have become so obscure that unless I see a blazing French sheep, unless I see that, I
That's
simply
true.
cannot
Animals
finish.
have accents.
Well, listen to this. Like the French will say, like, you know, we go cockle-doodle-doo for a cockerel.
Yeah.
The Spanish say something like kitty, and the French say, "Oh, je m'entends, Angleterre." Dirty devils, aren't they? Well, what's going on? Let's all agree on some common ground, because it's not even a word anyway. Want to listen to Sam Holland's
I'd
jingle?
love to, actually.
All of you are brave guys for sending in these jingles, and we appreciate it. Though I've not yet heard one, we could go, actually, we could use that. Have you? Because they're too
Not
long
really,
and they're not
yeah.
catchy enough. They don't conform to the idea of what a jingle should be.
Yeah.
We'll do our own jingles, then plus we get money for that.
I know. Don't say it.
Let's rope your brother in, young John.
Yeah.
Get him involved. Keep
do
it
it.
in the family, you know what I mean, son? Get a young John in here. Yeah, let's impose conditions on him, though. What sort of jingle should we have? Look, you lot better buck your ideas up with your jingles, but they're very good so
We
far.
could
Don't
take
be
a cut of
criticised.
the money made.
We could get a kickback.
Yeah.
We could get a kickback right for that. No, we don't get to do things like kickbacks. We're legit. Right, here's Sam Holland's version of a jingle. You're listening to the Russell Brand Show live on Radio 2, and here's your host, I am! With Matt Morgan, he's in charge of a limited number of switches. Mr. G, you're going to summarise the show in a poem. Go on then, it's Mr. G that's welcome into Matt's sphere.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, baby, bring it on! Put your willy away. That's not for a game. 88 to 91 FM, this is Radio 2. Let's make our radio show like it's run by idiots. Which it's
I
not.
thought it was quite representative of the show.
Yeah, it was,
in a
wasn't it?
little
That's
tablet.
worrying. It's like a worrying little tablet, like a little bit of stardust of our show, like a little pill they'd give an astronaut up in the spaceship.
Yes.
Oh, no. We're in a right load of chaos. Matthew, do you ever wonder what's going on?
Never.
I don't either. Jingle 6! No, it is now time for a little show we call the news, where people express their points of views about the world today. Whether you are straight or whether you are gay, it's the news show, yeah. News, it's the news show, yeah. News, something just happened. Here is what has happened on the news. This is BBC Radio 2. I'm live on Twitter, yeah, news. You're listening to Russell Brand on BBC Radio 2. We had the news, then after that we had Snakes and Ladders, the girl from the BBC.
No.
That's another new Matt Morgan item. Corruptly playing records for my friends.
Come
What
here.
is- who is
You
it
can't
then?
even read.
That's what it's called.
The band are called the Official Secrets Act, and that song was called Snakes and Ladders. The B-side is called The Girl from the BBC.
What is it? The Official Secret Act is just in a little box. It just looks like the name of the label.
Stylistic, baby.
It's lovely. It's a lovely sleeve
Good
and a very
song.
good song. Sounds a bit like James.
He does sing. Yeah, the singer sounds like James, doesn't it?
Yeah.
More energetic, though. Very nice.
Very energetic, these guys. These corrupt
Hang on,
guys
you used
in
to
league
bring
with Matt.
You used to get all sorts of CDs and play
Who?
them. Some bloke from Scotland came down. So you went to school with him or something?
Dean is a fine artist. Dean Owens, that lad is a
He's
recognised,
not up there with
qualified
the Official
musician.
Secrets Act, really, is he?
Listen, I'd like to see the Official Secret Act and Dean Owens vying somewhere. Guess Kevin Ligo from Channel 4 calling me up there. I can't take that, can I?
No.
Because it's cross. He's Channel 4, this is BBC. It'd be
What'll
weird.
happen?
It'd be like the Crossing the Streams in Ghostbusters, which I only reference about every 7 minutes. Think about that more often than I think about sex.
That really became part of culture.
It's too much. It really never crossed the stream.
And
It's
then
the
at
only
the end they do.
The idiots.
Well, they have to.
No. Turns out, don't ever trust anyone's advice, ever. E.g., look both ways when crossing the road. Don't look either way when crossing the road. Stride confidently into the street, saluting. China? Are you in Tibet? Get out! Get straight out of Tibet. Don't even look back. And I've left someone missed up. Leave it then.
Do you know
should have
what?
thought of that.
China are the next superpower. They'll rule the planet.
Uh-oh.
Well, they already do.
They
in
secretly
many ways.
rule it. What about America?
Secretly? America's on the way out, baby.
Oh, no.
I said baby twice.
You love saying baby, don't
one
you?
of the-
Is that your new item?
Yeah.
Matt says baby twice.
No, honestly, you should watch out, because you'll be on a
You
blacklist
better
in
watch
China.
out. I don't care. They can put me on whatever list they want to. They can put me on a black list, a brown list. It still won't make the occupation of Tibet right, as far as I know. Now let's get them right out of Tibet. They won't overtake the old Americans.
They already have.
I've got films. They better not ruin my films.
Hollywood will carry on going.
Will it
right?
be all right?
Yeah, that industry will
Oh,
be all
thank
right.
God.
But America, economically, is in dire
Because
straits.
I
So
know,
are
because
we.
the power of the
China,
dollar.
very powerful.
What are they spending? I don't know where their money is. There's a Chinaman. Sorry. I don't know where their money is.
Outdated term.
I know it is, but it sounds really
Chinaman.
sweet, doesn't it? What is their money?
I don't know, but I think it's got a panda on it.
Matthew!
Yes, that's because I've seen it.
Has it got
fool.
a panda on it?
I think so.
Perhaps they're called Panda Pops. 50 Panda Pops to the dollar.
What is
This
it?
is
Yen in
racist. Is this
Japan?
racist? Is that if you have to ask,
Is
is it
it?
racist? It's probably racist.
Yeah. But
right.
I actually, no,
Sorry.
you made
no,
it
but they
racist.
shouldn't occupy Tibet. That's racist, if ever there was. At least I'm not occupying it. I just said their money's called Panda Pops, and I only said that because I was angry about Tibet.
No, you made it sound racist. I said that I think it's got a panda on it because I remember seeing a
Right.
note with a panda on it. Right?
Yeah.
And you went, oh, that's racist.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you
Why?
said
'Cause
panda pops.
No, I didn't. Right, let's rewind to that, because there was a tipping point where it went too racist.
Too racist. Well, let's just say we're not racist, and anyone who is, well, we're against racism. I'm vehemently anti-racism.
Yeah, but we did just step into territory. In fact, people can just calm down.
Can they?
Yeah.
What about?
Because
racism.
We haven't been racist.
Like, you
Let's
know-
go through all the countries and do it. France.
Wales leak. France lazy.
Lazy.
Oh dear. We're not racist. You must be allowed to say stuff like, I love everyone, so there we are. You know, how can I be racist with my
I
knowledge?
love everyone. From the little Chinaman
To the lazy
the Stones
Frenchman.
Jamaican.
And everything in between, from the officious German bossing us about in his jacket.
Humorless German. Right. Offend everyone
Spaniard
now.
kipping under a tree, even though it's 3 o'clock and they should be at work.
Offend everyone else quickly.
The bloated Americans. What can we say about India? Their food is too hot. Poland. Doing all our building jobs. Czechoslovakia. Why did you change it to Czech Republic all of a sudden, confusing everyone? The Balkans, stop having wars, all of you. Right, that's everyone. Japan, making things too small, computers all the time. So, I think we've done everyone. Australia, cultureless. New Zealand's jealous of Australia. Australia, I went on Australia on holiday, it's nice, I saw a koala. Koalas are idiots as well while we're on about it. So, that's everyone. Have we done them all? Russia, communist. And the women, they're good at shot putting.
Canada?
Canada, jealous of
Boring.
America, boring, maple syrup drinking, hockey playing, gays. I like this new item. Welcome to our new item, racism. Brazil, well,
Good at football.
lady boys, so that's it. We're doing things like this is all under the umbrella of what racist would say, although it's us saying those racist
It's not
things.
me, I've backed off.
You!
I've
Don't
folded
let...
my arms.
Why have you folded your arms? How dare you lead me into this item where I jeopardise everything?
I had Reiki on holiday.
No, I'm not interested in your Reiki, Mauritians, Reiki practices. Let's get on with the racism. Now, who else is there to do? Turkey. In Indiana Jones, they set that monkey on him.
What? They've got a picture of that on their money.
On the Turkish drachma, or whatever it's called, is a picture of Indiana Jones having a monkey in a waistcoat poisoning his martini, which is out of order. So who's the real racist? The monkey, right, yeah? So, okay, I think actually, well, we're vehemently anti-racist, right?
Yeah.
So we've not done nothing wrong.
But all these things are quite... We're
They're
actually
pretty
poking
amorphous.
fun at the
Idea
stereotypes.
of reductive stereotypes. Yeah, so if in case you wanted to condemn us, you want to condemn yourself because you're actually the racist, yeah? We just
Yeah.
played a little mind game with you there, which proved that you, person who thinks it's racist, are in fact racist. Because here's my views, anyone should be able to go anywhere they want in the world, and no one should mind. There should be immigration as much as you like. The country's infrastructure will have to expand to cope with it. We should be able to do what we like, cuddle and kiss people in the streets. Right, here now is some more news. By me, Russell. Elephants die after beer binge. New Delhi. Hot food. New Delhi. 6 elephants, including 3 calves, died after raiding an Indian village's rice beer and rampaging through a paddy field, racist against the Irish, where they were electrocuted, officials and residents said on Tuesday. What? Hold on. Elephants got drunk and then rampaged through a paddy field? These yob elephants. What the hell's going on? Enticed by the aroma of rice beer, excuse me, being brewed by local tribal people, a herd of about 40 wild elephants came sniffing around the village of Chandanukat.
Sniffing?
What have you got in your village? It smells like rice beer. It smells like teen spirit. I'll have a drink.
40 trunks sniffing around your village.
I'd like to imagine 40 trunks sniffing all up and down my legs, because it'd be all nice. I wonder what the tip of an elephant's
I
trunk
think
feels
it's bristly
like.
and hairy.
Yeah, but there must be a soft bit at the end, just at the very tip,
Well, they
no?
can pinch with it, can't they? They can
They
sort
can
of...
pinch. Imagine one pinching... Well, and there's no point. A boob, then. Imagine one pinching a boob.
That probably does happen.
It probably does, doesn't it? They probably get the wrong idea, elephants. They probably
Can't they
see
pick
that.
up an
Think,
apple?
hello, a bun. Saucy little devils.
Why were elephants ever involved with buns?
Yeah, where did that get decided? Who decided that? Was it a Cornish? Yeah. Yeah, it's stupid to give an elephant a bun. Bloody irresponsible. It could go bonkers on it. The elephants... Listen to this ridiculous bit. The elephants gorged on the beer on Sunday night. Gorged. Can't attribute gorging to the elephant. They might have just drunk it in a
They say
delicate way.
Sunday night. As if it was a school night as well.
There's no regard for a 9 a.m. prompt start when they were supposed to be doing RE. The elephants drank themselves silly. Said, my mum lets me do what I want. I can watch telly. I'm allowed to smoke. These elephant delinquents simply must be stopped. They did it on Sunday night after taking apart casks. Taking apart casks kept outside by local villagers. Well, they'd have to be local villagers. You wouldn't put a cask if they didn't live there, would you? I'm just going to leave these casks in your village now for the 100-mile journey back home. It's obvious. That's unnecessary to keep that there. They ran by a nearby paddy field that had an electrical pole running through it. There's a headline here that says, other elephants tried to help. It just says that in isolation. Other elephants tried to help. More responsible elephants. Look, you've been really rather silly, haven't you? No, we don't care. I could give up any time I like.
regret this in the morning.
You really will. Look, don't say anything you can't take back. A wildlife activist, Dipu Marak, said one of the elephants tried rubbing his back against an electric pole passing through the paddy field. The pole was unable to withstand the animal's weight and it caved in, bringing the elephant in direct contact with the live wire. Witnesses and wildlife officials said other elephants tried to come to the rescue of the adult male as it writhed in pain and trumpeted loudly. I bet it looked quite sexy, all writhing and trumpeting away down
How
there.
would the other elephants have helped? They don't understand electricity.
They've got no knowledge of how electric current works.
Don't touch him.
Oh, for heaven's sake! Right, you put your trunk round his tail. We'll create a big chain and then plunge the front one's trunk right into this electric pond. They'll just be all lit up like a Christmas tree of elephant idiots. Yeah, they don't know how to help. If you're an elephant writhing in pain, the last thing you want to help you is other idiot elephants like you. You want someone responsible with a fundamental knowledge of electricity, like Baden Powell or his daughter who done that jingle.
Why didn't the villagers turn the power off? I reckon they ran the elephants into the.
Yeah, this is starting to sound
thing.
suspicious, isn't it? Like the elephants had a bit of beer, and the villagers goes, "Oh, nick the beer, would ya? Be unfortunate if you was electrocuted to death." Yeah, how are the elephants going to electrocute themselves like bonkers Texas murderers? It was a. This is quite funny. It was a pathetic sight to see one elephant after another getting electrocuted in front of our eyes, said a villager. That's evidence, isn't it? You elephants are absolutely pathetic. One after another.
Just futile.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Hang on.
When will you ever learn, you elephant fools?
Has that been translated from what the villager said?
No, I think this was like a wildlife activist, Dipu Marak, so perhaps he speaks English and all.
Right.
Oh no, that's a village elder. It was a pathetic sight to see one elephant after another getting electrocuted in front of our eyes, said a village elder. We don't know whether it was in English or the indigenous language of the
Pathetic
villagers.
is quite an odd word to use.
It's not, yeah, it was pathetic.
It's
It might mean-
judgmental.
but sometimes pathetic means like, this of the patheticness of like sort of the hopelessness, the despair.
Yeah.
You know, I think it might come from pathos.
Someone should have
with
fired
sadness.
a gun in the air.
You idiot! How's that going to help?
It was scared it made them run away.
Begin! They probably would have thought it was a race to death. Elephants electric contest! Are elephants electric? There would have been more casualties had the crowd, awakened by the cries of the animals, not chased the elephants away. So fair enough.
Right.
The crowd did step in eventually. Human encroachment on their habitat has led to more and more confrontations between people and pachyderms, including other...
Pachyderms.
Pachyderms, does that mean elephants?
Yeah.
That means elephants. There's a whole new word for
Well,
elephants
no,
now.
it means derm meaning skin and pachia meaning it's like hard.
What, so would a rhino be a
I
pachyderm
think
as well?
so, yeah.
And a hippo?
Yeah,
They're all
not a hippo.
pachyderms.
Well,
What?
I don't know.
Well, what do you step in for all smug? You bet you was dying for that bit to come up, weren't you?
I wasn't.
Because you read this before me. And he goes, "Oh, read this, it'll be funny." Just so you could go, "Oh, pachyderms, I know about those." Anyhow, pachyderms, those crazy guys, always getting into confrontations with people, including other incidents of elephants drinking liquor. The idiots, they don't learn. Alky elephants. Destroying homes and even killing people. Then it doesn't go on to
Destroying
say.
homes sounds like it was a social problem.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to talk to your father. He's out there kissing a drunk elephant. He stinks. This marriage isn't working. It's either him or me.
Homewrecker.
I'm a home wrecker.
You user.
You user. Some of these elephants are users. One of them was a liar and a cheat. Yeah, these are ridiculous accusations to make at elephants. Elephants have killed 239 people in Assam. Oh, Christ, it's gone all
God,
serious.
that's
What are
a
you
lot of
doing?
people.
But if a serial killer did that, you'd go, "Whoa, you're up there, mate. You're one of the best serial killers we've
Not
ever
an
had."
elephant in a coat has done that.
You are one of the bloody hell. How'd you do it? Well, I get up early. I stomp all over anyone I meet with my big elephant feet, with my 3 lovely toenails. There they are. Look,
4.
like a row of
Probably.
houses, like a row of igloos.
I don't like elephants' legs
Why?
because they end, and
Yeah.
then they've got little toenails just on
I like the
end.
toenails. That's the best bit of the elephant's leg. And then how flat it is underneath. Although if that's not a real one, I think that might be a toy elephant's leg. But even so, it's
No, they
so
are. They're
smooth.
really leathery and flat underneath.
Underneath it, I'd like to. There's probably a website somewhere where I can see someone gyrating against that, isn't there? You mucky little calf. It wouldn't be I wouldn't do it with a calf elephant, just to clear up. I'd do it with one that was in its 30s.
Digging yourself in.
Digging. A state neighbourhood in Meghalaya in the past 5 years, oh yeah, that's where the 239 people have died, while 265 elephants have died during the same period. It's very much like the rivalry between West Ham and Millwall, where a tally is kept of the casualties, many of them in retaliation by angry people. Retaliation against an elephant? I wouldn't retaliate against an elephant, would you? Say an elephant, horror of horrors, stood on your Scalextrics, ruined it forever. Would you then go, "Right, mate, that's it, you're finished," and kill it? Or would you think, "Well, I shouldn't have been playing
wouldn't kill it.
Scalextrics in the jungle"?
I wouldn't kill it.
Nor would I. I'd just go. I didn't even enjoy Scalextrics because you can't. If you go too fast, it comes off the track.
I'd just do a slow clap and undermine him.
Elephant.
Well done.
Well done, mate. Well done. Thanks a lot. Ruined the Scalextrics for everyone now. Thanks a lot. Great.
good, yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll come round your house. See how you like it. Shall I? Smash up your things. All right. Grow up. Yeah. Right. Okay. Later on the show, we will be talking to Noel Gallagher, and Matt will corruptly be playing bands of people, just friends, what he's met. So here we go with another record. It's called Matt's Mum, with a new single, Being Matt's Mum. No, what is it? What are you going to
The
sing? Who?
Magic Bus.
Yeah, magic bus. Imagine that, though. It's not a normal bus, such as you might sit on of an evening, or, you know, I don't know where a bus would go. I suppose it's Lewisham, would it? Or Tooting Beck? I remember from my days as a younger man. I didn't like it even then. Bloody buses, awful. They're rude. The bus driver was horrible. Now, mind you, sometimes you meet an alright one. So that's a message right there. Let's listen to the Magic Bus. Magic Bus, The Who. This is the Russell Brand on Radio 2. Look, we're a bit worried if that was racist or not, in case it was taken out of context. That wasn't racist. Was
We
it?
weren't racist because we're not racist, but if someone printed that, stop eating. It's a very
Oh, is
important
that
moment.
racist now? Yeah.
In print, right, if they just took stuff out of context, they go, Brand's racist outbursts. And then they'll put, you know, they can say, what did you say? I mean, terrible
I said
things.
Poles have taken our jobs. But like, if I believe that, I'm radical.
No,
Here's
we
a-
are sorry. If anyone was offended, we're very sorry.
If anyone's
But
ever
let us
sorry,
know. Let's have discourse.
Yeah, let's not have these things locked away in dark cupboards. Let them out in the open. Don't have anything in a dark cupboard. Unless perhaps truffles, I think they have to be stored like that. Tattoo accident spills out Coca-Cola. A man who... Other colas are available. A man who proudly showed... In fact, this cola that I got off of Janet Street Porter. Look at that. Curiosity Cola. It's packaged how I dress. It looks like a terrifying brew. Fentiman's Curiosity Cola. Fentiman's Curiosity Cola. Would you have some cola from Fentiman's? Other colas are available. Would you? No? So
Why
delicious.
it looks like? Why are you carrying that around? Why did she give it to you?
She gave it to me to drink, but I just liked it. It's got a wolf on it. I thought it looked nice.
It looks nice.
Looks nice, doesn't it?
I bet it's flat though. It's old-fashioned, isn't it?
What do you mean? In them days they didn't
Why are
have
you
the
shaking it like
to
that?
see if
Like
it
it's
was
a-
bubbly.
What weird way.
You said if it was. You said it might be flat.
What are you doing?
What? What's wrong with how I shook it?
Too aggressive.
Well, don't have me as a babysitter then, because that's how I shake things. If something needs a shaking, I shake it, baby. So, a man who has proudly showed off his tattoo for 26 years was baffled to realise it actually spelled Coca-Cola. Vince Mattingly had his name tattooed on his chest in Chinese writing. Right after asking staff at his favourite restaurant to write his name in Chinese symbols, but a waiter drew the Coke words and Vince had it etched on his chest. Vince only realised the mistake when he recently travelled to Thailand and the barman asked him why he had written Coca-Cola on his chest. Why have you done that? Well, I like it, it's delicious.
That's quite common, that sort of thing happens.
Yeah, I've heard that. I mean, I've heard tale of that. It's sort of like an urban myth, isn't it, of women having "you slut" written on their ankle by a Thai tattoo artist. Mind you, if you are a tattoo artist, like, to live and think... I mean, you'd think that doing a tattoo is quite good fun anyway, because you're jabbing a pin in someone, and I'd love to do that. Have you ever jabbed a pin in someone?
No, but I was once assaulted with a pin.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, tell us about it.
I was walking home from Scouts.
What a little square, so you deserved everything you got.
And we've talked about this loads.
I know,
because you enjoy it more than you should.
I know, I love this story. Come on, tell it.
And this kid called Darren was on the back of another kid's BMX.
Darren French.
Yeah.
He won't mind. It's not an attack on him. It's a
radio too.
Yeah, he's not.
He was riding on the stunt pegs of a BMX.
Darren French. He was on the stunt nuts at the back of the
stood
BMX,
on there
like a king.
And like a king, being transported around by a sort of idiot slave.
One of his
and he was
lackeys.
like pedalling. He went past me and then nobly said "pin, pin" and stuck a pin into my arm.
What a brilliant thing for Darren French
and it
to
looked
have
like
done.
they were doing that for the day, just going around saying "pin, pin" and putting the pin in. It really hurt.
Did it, mate?
Yeah.
Where was it? The arm?
I think it was the arm. That's how I remember it. But
Pin. What I like about it are these things. He was on the back of a stunt nuts. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like an emperor. Like, I imagine him like Caesar, all nobly, the way that Caesar would stand up at the back of a chariot. He had the pin in his hand, and the fact that as he went by, and I imagine the bloke driving the bike's like a little hunched, little sort of grunt.
got him good that time, Lord.
Nice one, master. Hey, he'll be think twice before walking these streets, won't he? Silence, Hugo. I really liked that he went, pin, like he announced it. Like he was so confident. And he announced it in that's quite a camp thing to say, isn't it? Pin. It's weird.
It's weird.
Pin. Because it's not like,
do you know what?
mug.
He did it without looking at me.
He didn't even look at you.
He just went pin.
Could have been anyone. It's a drive-by pinning.
Actually, now I think about it, that pin's probably been in other people. I could have caught a blood disease.
You could have caught any kind of blood disease. Tetanus, I think you can get off of being pinned. I hope Darren French don't go on a big mad spree of pinning and cause some sort of epidemic of pinnery. Perhaps it's what's caused you to be such a deeply neurotic man. How old were you when that happened?
I must have been 13.
13? You were just coming
Around
home
that
from
age.
Scouts?
Scouts.
Was you wearing shorts?
No, we were allowed to wear army trousers.
Allowed? Oh, you little twerp. You deserved every pinning you got.
I bet you were in something.
Of course I were, man. I was wild and free when I was 13. I was out there, living a crazy life, listening to Deep Purple and doing acid. I was sat on my own somewhere, playing Subbuteo against myself, is what I'd have been doing. And I didn't even have Subbuteo figures. I played the parts of all the 22 little men, even the goalkeeper with a stick on his back. Frenchie there. Pin! Let's start a craze of... No, don't. That's irresponsible. What if it was lollipop and you just jab someone with a lollipop?
Not jab.
You need...
Tap.
But also it needs one syllable, really, to be better, doesn't it? Pin! It's better, like pin. But it's wrong to stab someone with a pin, innit? Because it is unsafe, but it sounds like a laugh. Because I'd like to be up there on them stunt nuts, not even looking.
That's what it'd be like if you were mayor.
Pin, yeah.
You would be...
part of my mayoral
campaign. Around the streets. Oh dear, look at this fellow. He hasn't got a house. He's covered in sick. My sword?
Sir, I must ask you to leave the principality. Pin! And off he goes. See how he runs, Hugo. Yeah, you got him good there, Lord. Yeah, that'd might be a laugh. No, it'd be wrong to do that. Because, again, another thing I'm well into, homeless. I'm nice to the homeless. Remember when I used to give them money and that and let them in our offices when we were making TV shows? What a nice
What
guy.
about that text I just got?
Matt, there's a new competition, right, which is I do not in any way endorse and I'm actually against. What? Among Matt's friends, to take photos of homeless people that look most like Matt. Like, because Matt looks so homeless anyway, people are photographing homeless people.
It's only one friend.
Oh, it's just one friend. Well, it's not a competition then, is it?
Neil
It's just
Sampson sends me pictures. It's happened twice of
homeless people who he
homeless
thinks
people
look
who
like you.
look like me.
That one did look a bit like you.
It's
Where's the
hurtful
other one?
because they do look like me.
But don't worry about that, because a lot of homeless people look great.
They do actually.
They look chic. Don't they?
like it
I've
when
seen
they've
some
got
great
You
tramps.
don't see this much, but a rope belt.
Rope belt, great, like a little silk scarf. I'm not suggesting that homelessness is in any way fun, but some of them look fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, what about Cyril, a bloke we know? He looks like sort of Father Christmas beard, long white hair, tubby like a Father Christmas as well, like wearing a leather waistcoat, a silk scarf. You know, imagine that all scruffed up and homeless version.
Embroidered girls' jeans.
Yeah, with
that he just
embroidery
made
up.
look
They
all
looked
hippie.
cool,
They
on,
look
him.
cool on him.
Like the way you imagine Jagger could put something on and it would look great. Sort of
Jagger?
old boot. Yeah, Jagger, man. Chris Jagger. and then there's sort of boots. You might as well have had them mouth boots that tramps used to have in the old days where it's got a mouth. Hello, I'm your boot. Where are we going? Nowhere. Yeah, some tramps look okay. So, on the...
Is tramp a non-PC term?
Yeah, but who's going to do anything? So, they're not listening. Yeah, like, really, well, no, I'm against any kind of prejudice. This show, man, we're sailing close to the wind, are we? We should have kept Leslie
No,
Douglas
we
in
are.
here.
I know, but I think we're got to talk about these things.
Got to get it out in the open. Get it out in the open. Is it out in the open? Vince only realised the mistake. Remember, Vince, he'd had Coca-Cola tattooed on his chest. Don't look at me as if Vince isn't something that's at the forefront of your mind just because we've been on a flight of fancy about tramps that look like Matt. What would be a surprise is to find a tramp that didn't look like Matt. That's worth taking a photo of.
Homeless people look like you.
I've never seen it, mate. Don't, because people will start sending photos of homeless people. And imagine if you're homeless and then someone's to take a photo of you, do your head in,
No, but
wouldn't
I
it?
think if you took a photo of a homeless person,
Without
give
them
them loads of
knowing.
money. But watch out, because they might attack you for taking a photo. Because
That's prejudice, it's what you just said.
no, but like I once tried to take a photo of someone who was.
Oh, homeless person?
No.
What are you doing, you perv? Did you get off on
I
it?
can't remember who it was, but it was someone selling stuff.
What are you taking a photo of them for? Why are you putting your hands down your trousers
I was
now with a
itching.
memory? You put
wasn't
your
at the
hands down, you
memory.
remembered it and stuck your hand down your trousers.
I had an itch.
That was Pavlovian response. You remember getting off, taking... Oh, I took a photo of someone once.
Took a photo of someone who was
Some reason he
selling
started
stuff in the
crying.
street, and then he went mental at me.
Of course he did. People don't like to be
Because- no,
photographed.
because they were up- he was up to
steals
something
their
illegal.
soul. What was he up to illegal?
Selling stuff.
You're the one up to something illegal, taking photos of people, scurrying off home and scratching yourself. Dirty little devil. I think this is the only way this could possibly work. You go up to someone who's a rough sleeper. Right, that's the proper word, yeah? Alright? Hello, Russell Brand Show.
That's the PC term.
That's the one, mate.
Rough
I'm up to
sleeper.
date. You go up to one of your rough sleepers. You alright? Is it rough sleeping out there? Rough, I expect it is. Sleepy, oh, rough, sleep. Go up to them. Go, here's £5, right? That's stage one. Then go, do you mind if I take a photo of you? If they go yes and give you consent, then I think you can do it. Otherwise, you can't do it. Right, that's the terms of that. And I don't think you're allowed to do competitions on the BBC. No, you're not allowed to give prizes. So it's not a competition, it's just a mere folly. That's what we'll call it. This week's mere folly for prizes is a folly for prizes, where one person must be better than another. No, it's not. But, you know, I don't care if people... Should they do that, Matt? I'm trying to work out morally what's the right
I
thing
think
to do.
they shouldn't.
You're right.
Definitely, because they will anyway.
Don't ever do that again or ever now. So we've been clear that if you give them the £5 first, then ask for their consent, and then take the photo, then send it to us, bbc.co.uk. Don't do it, China.
Russell's just handed me a piece of paper saying people should pin tramps. Make it happen.
Right, here we go. Vince, look, I've got to tell you, do you not want to
You
know
talk
about
rubbish.
Vince? What?
What are you going on about?
Hey, I'm doing a radio show. I'm trying my hardest, alright? It ain't easy, son.
Sometimes
you go
I
and follow
forget
Dean
we are
Mauritius.
doing a radio show.
So do I. Oh, we do. This is one, isn't it?
Maybe that everyone's gone home.
Sometimes we're just at home, aren't we, chatting to each other on the phone and that. It's for hours. I got a headache after that phone call the
I've
other
got
day.
a hot ear.
It's hot here. We talked for too long. We had a lot to sort out. There was a lot to go through. But we should have broadcast it. Bloody good radio, some of it, unlike this tosh.
Yeah.
Vince! Vince! When will we learn what's happened to
We
Vince?
know what happened to him. He had Coca-Cola. It's just, what else is there?
There might be a twist, all right? Do you know for a fact that there wasn't a twist in Vince's Coca-Cola tale?
Come on,
Colours
then.
are available. Well, let's find out. You're listening to Russell Brand Radio 2 here with Matt Morgan and Mr. G. Stay
If the
with
twist
us.
is he prefers Pepsi, then it's not going to be
That
very
would
good.
be no good, would it? Right, so anyway. He travelled to Thailand and a barman asked him why he had Coca-Cola written on his chest, reports The Sun. Vince of Watford said, I thought it was a joke. Then I found out that's what it said. I love that sentence. I thought it was a joke, then I found out that's what it said. So it wasn't a joke, it was just a fact. The restaurant staff must have had a good laugh about it. He now plans to get another oriental tattoo to cover up the name. He added, I'm going to go with something Japanese this time. He hasn't learned a thing, has he? It'll just be another thing. Vince, you idiot, is what should tattoo on him. Vince!
It's bizarre that people think that because it's, you know, like Japanese or Chinese, that it's spiritual and it means something.
Yeah.
So really, the tattooist is just thinking, you fools,
Yeah,
mocking
they're
our
thinking you
culture.
idiot. That, using our culture as a sort of a shorthand for spiritual enlightenment or some tokenistic gesture towards spirituality. And I think the things that we've just said there, Matt, make up for the half hour of insanity that preceded it.
That made Jim Davidson cry.
Jim Davidson looked like that, you know, that Native American that cries a single tear when he looks at some rubbish.
At least you said Native American.
Because I know all about culture, mate. Rough sleeper, Native American.
Is that true, rough sleeper? Have you heard that? Has someone told you that?
Yeah, I heard it recently, off of a rough sleeper.
When you're a live TV presenter, does someone sit down and go, right, these are the words that are allowed?
Yeah, a lawyer comes in on day one and you have to sit across a table with him when I've done what was then known as Big Brother Z Forum. Crazy days back then. We all know what that became. The hit show Big Mouth. Yep, that's right, I was there.
He's reading from his autobiography now.
Particularly if you like reading about Matt Morgan being vilified by a brilliant writer. So, the lawyer sits there and he goes, you mustn't say F word, you mustn't say the MF word, which is MFI, which is now, 'cause it's now home base, of course. No, that's mother effer. You mustn't ever say that. You mustn't say
we know the things you're not allowed to say.
You mustn't say C word.
I reckon a 4-year-old could guess those things. What I'm saying is, does he go, if you
Don't
have to
kill
say
people.
homeless person, say rough sleeper?
Yeah, he does. He goes, if you're going to look, he sits down right next to you, a bit too close. Goes, if you say homeless person, say rough sleeper. And then he does a little wink. And he says, if you want to come back to my place, cup of tea. And then he rolled his tongue right round his cheek and then waggled it at me. I went round there. Ever since,
Nice.
rest is history. Lovely way to spend an afternoon. Right, we know all about Vince. We all know about the rules of telly. Don't do no swear words. Or broadcasting. Don't do no swear words.
So where was the twist?
Hold on, let's go back. Then Vince found out that he was actually chief executive of Coca-Cola. So it all worked out perfectly well. So there you go. That's a lovely twist.
No one saw that coming.
No one saw it coming, Matt. That's because it was a twist. If, you know, otherwise what would Roald Dahl's career have been? Rubbish, wouldn't it? If you could see a twist coming, what would have been the point of Tales of the Unexpected?
Why Roald Dahl?
Because he does twists, doesn't he? Tales of the Unexpected.
He wrote all his books on a tray, on his lap, in a shed.
Like an idiot. Like it was his dinner. Having a boiled egg. What's for dinner tonight? BFG! Roald Dahl just writing books on his lap. What a twerp. Nah, he's alright, isn't he?
No, he's brilliant.
I loved him. Oh, revolting rhymes.
There was leaves on the
Twits.
floor. Once I saw a programme and they went in the room where he wrote.
What?
Leaves had got in there.
And he was just in there writing with
That's how he
leaves
lived.
all over the ground. Why didn't he brush them out of there?
I don't know, I'd have gone in the house.
I'd have gone indoors. I'd have gone, here, love, there's leaves in there. Sort it out! I wouldn't have done, but who was I was talking to? A great big bloke. So, wasn't sexist at all then, was it? Right.
You know, you see people picking up litter with that spike thing.
Yeah, why is it? What?
That looks like fun, doesn't it?
Yeah,
looks
it does.
satisfying because
What
you'd
about
have to bend down.
You just stab it in. Or the claw as well.
Oh, the claw.
The claw, because it's like a version of that thing in the fair where you try and grab a rabbit, like a fluffy rabbit, like a
Yeah.
fake pretend one, but you can never get that rabbit, can you?
No.
What?
A fluffy rabbit. A fake pretend one, not a real rabbit.
It's not a real rabbit, that'd be really wicked, because Spanky crush its eyes or something, because then the rabbit, when it go back to look for carrots, well, better see him, even though carrots do improve his sight. That's only if your eyes are already functioning. It can't cure eyes. That's the thing about carotene.
So I would like those fist on a stick style objects. That's
What?
that's what I'm calling
Fist
it.
on a stick?
Fist on a stick.
What's that mean?
The claw that you pick up litter with, or the
Nothing to do
spike.
with a fist. It's elegant. It's great. It's like a swan's neck with a hook at the end.
A porcelain swan, like a Ladro figurine, with a hook on the end. It's not
Yeah.
got a hook on the end, mate. It's like clasps.
In your head, it's like a boxing glove.
Big clumsy thing, gumphing around in a park. What about a barnyard? I'd love to go to one. There's a story about whale sick. It's from Rhiannon Lewis. Rhiannon, ever wondered what your expensive, sweet, musky perfume contains? Says Rhiannon. Furthermore, have you ever questioned what those posh words on cosmetic adverts actually mean? Ambergris, aka floating gold, which is a type of perfume, sells at 30 quid a gram, around the same price as heroin and cocaine in Sheffield. Why is she offering that as a reference? Same price as a t-shirt. It may be used by perfume makers and also considered an aphrodisiac in China. So what is ambergris? An ash-grey, strongly scented substance originating in the intestines of the spermaceti whale. The main source of food for said whale is giant squid, and it is thought that the hard beaks of these mollusks cause the whale to expel this intestinal secretion through its mouth. I don't like this story. It's about whales crunching up squid beaks. Ugh.
I don't like the idea of the word beak.
I don't like the idea of a beak. So I can imagine a beak dragging down the nape of your neck, like a raven.
You had a beak.
Imagine it. You've
You
got
want, you want your mouth to be sort of, you know, you don't have no
Compact.
feeling in it.
you don't want your mouth craning out, pecking, snapping and gathering up worms out of a garden. It'd be horrible. And also, what is beak? Is it made of skull? Is
No.
it connected to... Because if you see a bird's skeleton, the beak's still there. And
Is
it's
it?
attached to... Yeah, you don't get like a little round bird head with no
That's
beak.
true, actually.
It's there
But
still.
it looks like it's a different colour. It's like it's either black or yellow, whatever the beak in life was.
Yeah, it's just stayed loyal to the idea of a live beak, hasn't it?
I think it's like that thing like rhino's horn, made of hair.
Hair? I don't like that idea
No,
either.
maybe not.
I wouldn't want a beak or a horn. Either of those things. Despicable. Well, anyway, these whales, that's whale sick and it's in perfume. So fair, don't have perfume.
Where are you getting these...
Rhiannon, she's from, I don't know.
Yeah, but
have a
you're
look.
getting all these things that people know anyway.
They
Perfume's
don't know
made of
that
smelly
perfume's
stuff.
whale sick.
Well, they
It's
know
a
it's made out
breakthrough.
of the anal glands of a skunk. Musk.
What?
Yeah, musk.
These skunks
These
are
are things that
famous for
people would
one
say in a
thing,
pub
and that
10
is
years ago.
stinking. Huh?
Someone had a tattoo in Chinese. Turned out to Coca-Cola.
Really?
Look, I don't write these emails. This is our listeners.
You select them.
Oh, don't I just pick up the nearest one? That's what I do. That's how it says. So look, right. Pick
It's like
up
that's life.
big bunch of them. Right, here we go. Fake blind man. Right, how could this be offensive? It's from someone called Ben. Dear Russell, throughout any given day I see the same blind man and his guide dog in passing. This man is always immaculately dressed with pristine hair and, more significantly, always a perfectly presented tie. I find myself struggling when I do a tie. I'm confused as to how this blind man achieves this. I'm no dog expert, but I'm convinced that the dog cannot do the tie either. However, I think this man is a fraud and I want to confront him, but I'm worried that this will make me look bad. Well, yeah, it will. You can't just go up to blind people accusing them of not being blind just because their tie's done well.
He takes pride in his appearance.
He takes pride in his appearance.
And you can tie a tie in the dark.
Ben, all he's done is tied a tie in the dark, for which you're accusing him as masquerading as a blind man. You sick. Do you reckon he's definitely blind? This man, right? Are we against Ben?
Of course.
The man is blind, Ben.
God, why would he bother to go to
Go
all the...
out pretending to be blind. No one would do that, would they?
It'd be good if you could go in a changing room.
Hold on. Right, now, Ben, if this blind man ever goes in Debenhams and goes, oh, I'm blind, I'm just going to go...
Don't mind me.
I've been in the changing rooms, but blind man, why on earth have you taken your trousers down? Oh, that don't matter, I'm blind, but why are you touching yourself intimately? I'm blind. That point, we start questioning him.
But
Not when he's
walking around
walking
being
down...
a bit too smart.
Yeah, you're a Nazi, Ben. Are you?
Don't talk to that man.
Ben, leave him alone. Unless maybe you want to talk to him just for a chat. That's fine, but don't go start off chatting. Oh, all right.
Why not go up to him and go, no, actually, that's...
Patronising to
patronising,
go,
'cause I was
oh,
gonna
you've done
have
your
you-
tie well.
Oh, you've done well, ain't you?
Here, and you ain't got any sick around your mouth or anything. You're brilliant. Here, have an apple. I'll put it in your pocket. Yeah, no, you can't do that. That is patronising to do that to the blind man. I once helped a blind lady across the road when I was still living in Grays. I was probably
Put his
12.
hands on his hips for this.
Because this
Look
is
at him.
I'm putting my hands on my hips when I've done something nice, Matt. And this is nice. When I was a little boy, probably 12 or something, I helped a blind lady across the road.
You saw this in a comic book.
No, she gave me a magic coin. No, honestly, I did. I didn't see it in a comic book.
You shouldn't be crossing roads at 12.
Cool, what am I going to do? Just wander about on one side of the street when Blackshot's swimming pool was over there? I had to get a Blackshot's.
Actually, 12-year-olds do cross roads.
Of course they
They
do.
go to secondary school.
12-year-olds get pregnant only in, economically deprived areas.
Well,
where,
that's a bit
What?
non-PC, isn't
well,
it?
probably is,
kind
isn't
of
it?
posh
Unless, all right, you're an
12-year-old got
aristocrat 12-year-old.
Yeah,
What, you're a pregnant aristocrat 12-year-old?
I'm not.
Well, grow up and stop acting like one. So anyway,
You helped an old lady across the road.
yeah. And I remember thinking, aren't I nice?
Did she approach you?
She goes, can you help me across this road? I went, yeah, all right. But then the thing was, I remember seeing her again later and thinking, I wouldn't mind a bit of credit for that time I helped her across the
Well,
road.
she can't
But
see
then-
you.
Exactly. So how do I get the credit? I couldn't, is the short answer.
What did you
'Cause I was thinking
talk
about going up
on your
to-
journey across the road?
Thinking, look, is there any way that I could signify myself to you in the future, should I need credit?
I imagine the smell was quite obvious.
Why? I didn't smell when I was 12. I was a fresh-faced, tubby little twerp.
You had
What?
a little prickle of...
Well, because I was bullied probably when I was 12, I imagine.
Did anyone
By
say
that
you
blind
smell?
woman. No, I'd helped her across, we got on fine, and then that was just the end of it. Nothing really happened, except for, as I say, I saw her in the future, I thought, can I go up to her and go, oh, remember that time I helped you across the road? And then I suppose if you're blind, getting helped across the road is probably not something that you particularly sticks in your mind, probably happens a lot.
I once, this man in the centre of town in Dartford,
Yeah.
he was in a wheelchair and he goes, oh, can you push me? Can you give me a push, mate? And I went, yeah, all right. And I started pushing him. And that was fine. He goes, oh, we'll only be up there. I'm just, he's
Right,
tired
yeah.
out. I go, that's all right.
Yeah.
I was pushing him. And then, but he made jokes. He was going, oh, I'll go dancing tonight because he was embarrassed about
Right,
the
having to ask you.
situation.
Was he a young sort of fella then?
Yeah, well, he was probably about 25 or something.
Right, yeah.
But no, I was a schoolboy.
Yeah.
So I was pushing him along. What?
I just thought it was funny you saying, I was a schoolboy, just like you was playing that part in a play. Matt, you'll be being the schoolboy that pushes the wheelchair. Okay, I'll learn my lines.
Yeah, but it was embarrassing because he made jokes.
To make you feel
And then
more
I
at
thought, well, I
ease.
can't laugh at that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. That's fine. I don't mind at
You
all.
just
And then
sticking
he
with
kept
that
going
attitude.
with his jokes.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, dancing, be doing a can in a minute. Oh, race up the top of the hill, eh? Like, kept doing
Yeah.
that, and then you just thought, oh, no, what am I going to
Yeah.
say? Well, you probably did the right thing in not joining in. I mean...
And also, actually, when I let him go, when he...
What, did he roll down the hill again?
No. He goes, all right, cheers. And then I did this thing where I thought, well, I might as well give him a push.
Final bit
Like,
of
a little
benefit.
bit, and I sort of went, all right, here you go.
You got on a swing, shove him off
No,
into
but I
the
thought
future.
the shock of going from being pushed to actually trying to get
Right, give him a crossover.
Yeah, so I thought, yeah, look, give him this and then he'll roll.
Like a parachute payments for teams that are relegated from the Premiership into the Champions League. Parachute payments, like to help cope with the new climate of not getting Sky's TV money. You give him a parachute push to help him along the way.
But I think I pushed him too hard.
Too much parachute.
Yeah.
You sent him rocketing off into the busy street.
Yeah, it was the sort of thing you'd do and then say, and stay out.
Because I tell you what that reminds me of is when I was sitting in a wheelchair at the airport, quite rightly because I was unwell.
Yeah, you're trying to make me look bad.
Yeah.
But it starts with you in a wheelchair and you
I
didn't
was-
need to be in one.
I was in a wheelchair at the airport.
We've told
Don't judge
people
me.
this.
Yeah, and you shoved me right in a clothes shop. Too hard. Probably like you did that poor wheelchair fella.
It was about that hard.
Well, that was terrifying because I ricocheted into a mannequin, and then I'd arrived with such incredible momentum into the shop that I couldn't start a conversation because I'd arrived. Like, it was too much like. Ta-da! Hello, could I have a look at those scarves? It was just there was no way to carry on the routine. It was mental. Anyway, okay, let's have a look. Should we continue with
We should
Ben's?
play a song, shouldn't we?
Oh, bloody hell. All right, this is Russell Brand on Radio 2. I'm here with Matt Morgan. Let's listen to... Hold on. I've
Pressure
got this-
Drop
Hold on, what? Pressure Drop? Is
by
that
Toots and the
what we've
Maytals.
got? Who?
Toots and the Maytals.
We've had them on here before. You're always playing Toots and the Maytals.
Oh, what about Morrissey and the Smiths?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm showing my boobs. Here's Toots and the Maytals. That's what I call my boobs. Yeah, that's
Mayweather Tootsie. I know it's Toots Maples, yeah. Right, and so
Toots Maples.
and Maple, yeah, all right. Yeah, so what you? I'll play the one out, and this is England, is what you said, which probably is by now anyway, because it would have been changed over before the live version. Right. Sorry we didn't ring Noel Gallagher, because me and Matt had a chat for ages, so we thought we might as well just chat. Gee, for God's sake, Poet Laureate of the show that you are, summarise this chaos with a poem. I'll be glad to hear you.
Whoever would attempt to second-guess this pair together, a crouching swami mohair sweater, a walnut head item expresser. Let us not forget this celibate endeavour, a pornography possessor, a ditchwater digester. Apparently many a professor denied themselves the simple pleasure, preferring to base their thoughtful lives on either the neither nor or never. Fiddlesticks, beware the attack of the pinpricks, as Mayor Vader avoids the brown bed but downloads a tushy kiss. Has it come to this, discussing the bliss of an elephant's kiss, trying to show love to everyone with a fist on a stick? Diddle-diddle-it!
Yeah, woo! That's what I used to say as a child, doing that filthy child game I'd done. Mr. G there, that was a fantastic poem, wasn't it?
Very good.
It's good how you get all that in there. Publish them or something. Get them published, all them poems, like I had my autobiography published. Available soon. My Bookie Wook. It is called My Bookie Wook, out on November the 15th.
What's the picture on the cover then?
Me.
Oh!
Yeah, what about that? All right, out of left field, I've done a picture
Yeah, but
of
what
me.
are you doing?
Just looking off.
Looking
like,
through a window, crying or something?
Yeah, a bit like that. I'm
Really?
saying, not through a window, or crying, but like imagine like me going, oh man, what a ride. What a bloody ride.
Well, that's not going to sell, is it?
No, I don't think so. Who wants a picture of that? A man
You've got to
thinking,
look
what a
at
ride.
the person who's going to
Purchaser.
buy. You have to look at them.
No, in
engage.
DVD, well, on the new DVD, I'm staring right at you, mate. It'll blow your socks off. You won't want
Really?
to buy that. It's a man going, gooning at you out of a shelf. That's what it'll be. Whereas, no, you might buy the Bookie Books. You think, oh, he looks all reflective. I wonder what he's on about. And then
No,
you
I
buy
just
it.
think he's not paying attention. Look at him.
That's true. It's good, though. Oh, it's good. What a Bookie Wook it is. All
I've
written.
read bits of it.
Yeah, it's really good. Oh.
Really is rather good.
Yeah, it's good. You come across a bit bad.
Is there
What?
what?
No, you come across
Well, I
nice.
was meant to be reading that before I went to the publisher.
Yeah, you don't need to. It's all right. There's nothing in there embarrassing. Oh, there's nothing.
Is there?
I don't think so. You can read it if you want.
I don't think so. You wrote it.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you consider embarrassing. Do you consider this embarrassing? A boopy-doopy-doopy-doo.
Yes, for you, because you just did it and we saw you do it. And
Yeah.
frankly, it made you look ridiculous.
Imagine me doing that at your nan, and then you get a pretty good idea of what the book is. Just
Don't
me.
undermine me in your book. It's too late now, isn't it?
Yeah, but you come across good. You're called all sorts of good things.
What?
Perry. I call you. Oh, imagine him. He's like a cop. you come across nice. You've got nothing to worry about. Gee, he comes across nice as well. Nice as pie.
Yeah, I've been spared the rod.
As it were. No, you have. You come across really well. Right, sorry, Noel Gallagher, we never gave you a ring. We'll ring him next week. Who else have we got? What else will we do? There's all sorts of items that we didn't get round to. We just caught up talking to our stupid old
Sorry if we offended
fat selves.
anyone, but we did say sorry. And we
Already said sorry.
And, yeah.
Yep, so we're all sorry in that. And what a good show it was. Well, it's very good to have you back here. Did you enjoy doing the radio show?
Yes.
Like them items, did you?
Loved it all.
Wasn't it well organised, this show?
Yeah.
Sick.
Very focused man, aren't you?
Yeah, very
A lot of
focused
people
on...
ramble on.
But not me, because of the focus, you see. So sometimes I think, well, I'll ramble on now. And I think, no, I'll focus on something very specific. On that I'll focus.
Yep.
That's what I'll do.
No rambling.
No rambling, not about Vince and his tattoo. Do-boopy-doo. Anyway, I proved, didn't I, that I just pick up random emails and read them out, which is a great way to make art, because it's
Yes.
like found art in a way. So there you are. That's another thing that makes us sound better than we are.
Found art that's been sent to you.
Scent art. Scent art is a new thing that I'm doing. So, okay then, thanks for listening to our radio show. Thanks coming back
You're
off holiday.
grovelling now. Get off the
Who am I
radio.
grovelling at?
Thanks for being here. Go to
thanks
bed
for-
now, or maybe have a cup of tea. Or
It's up to you,
something,
really.
innit?
Thanks, you
Saturday
already are
night
in
might
bed.
go out, I
Jeremy
suppose.
Vine listens to this show. Jeremy Vine listening
I know,
to
I
this
saw him
bed
outside with
snuggled
you.
up with his wife. Jeremy Vine would lean over and touch your wife. It's part of the radio show, Jeremy Vine. Woo-hoo! He's another radio 2% if you're a young person who never listens to this show normally. Right, so, I mean, always listens to this show, but not this station. Right, okay, well, it's been good doing it. Very enjoyed doing it. Love you. Time for this radio show to end now before anything else happens. Why don't we put a bit of the old newsy poos? Is that what? Sometimes I wonder what's going on the stinky old world. It's this news. Here's the news. Bye.